Vamos a empezar. Vamos a empezar. Welcome back to another episode of Convos with the Yayas. Today, it's a very topic I'm highly passionate about. So we're going to try to keep it short and simple because this topic can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I think that this topic is a very important one when it comes to starting your small business. It is a topic that most of us don't really think about it from the start. We kind of just go through the small business and then think about this other part of it as well. A little bit of notes because I want to stay on topic. Porque if you guys know anything about me, I like to talk and I talk a lot. So I made myself some little notes just so that I can stay on topic. So how about we get started? Okay, so today we are going to be talking about branding. Branding is a very
Strawberry.
A very important thing that you need to establish when you are establishing your small business. And most of the time, most people think that branding consists of your logo and your colors and your fonts. Yes, that is a big part of it, but there's something a little bit bigger when it comes to branding your business. The most important thing that you got to do when you are first thinking of starting a small business and when you are thinking about branding your business is defining your brand. Again, not just branding doesn't consist of just logos, rainbows, unicorns, flowers, circles, however you want your logo to be. It's not just what you want your business name to be. Branding is a little bit more than that. The first thing that we got to do is we got to make sure that we know the core values of our brand. That would be like the DNA of what you want your business to be and how you want others to see your brand as well. So when you're trying to define your core values, when you're trying to figure out what your actually brand is, there are a couple of things that you need to ask yourself. One, what is your mission? Is there a mission behind your business? Two, what value do you offer to anyone that you're introducing your company to? I think that it's very easy for you to put out a product out there. Anyone can sell anything. I can go make tamales and go sell them. I can go make tumblers and sell them. I can go and make mindset books on how you can be better and get better, and anyone.
Fitpics, anybody can take Fitpics.
Anyone can do anything. But see, one of the biggest things that I always tell you guys is that people are not really purchasing your product for what your product is. They're purchasing the product that you are selling because of what your values are. What is it that you as the owner value to your customer? That doesn't make sense. What is it that you as
your core. What is your core mentality? I think that's what you're trying to say.
I think that's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
What is the reason? And that's what we talk about in the last episode of Convos with the Yayas, that you need to have a why, a how, and the why is important. Because of course it needs to be profitable. That's why it's a business. So you're not just gonna make a business to lose money, because it's not gonna last for too long, right? But money should be not the primary goal. That should be like a dividend. It should be something that just happens, right? Of course, you need to put brain into it. Of course, you need to do your math and your spreadsheets and your studies, and all of that part is part of having a business. But
Nico, just go.
Okay, don't you distract me, squirrel. Anyway, so but there must be something else, because having that something else will help with the decision making process. It will help every time you have to choose between vendors or to choose between products. It will help because it will be kind of like your slogan. Like for us, just an example, we want to be a one-stop supplier for any crafter of almost any industry, not necessarily just tumblers. Eventually, that's our dream. But at the same time, we want to be affordable because we want everybody to make a profit and a living out of that. So having those two has make a big impact on how we make decisions.
Apparently, we have it all different. Because
Huh?
to me, my core value of my business. Sorry to, sorry to,
Okay.
sorry to pop your little bubble over
Okay.
here. I want to be able. I mean, yes, we wanna become a one-stop shop, but what my values are when I first started my business is to be able to create mainly a platform where you can learn, create, and inspire one another, regardless of your financial situation, regardless of whether you speak English or Spanish, whether you speak any other language, whether you are not comfortable in your own skin. That was my main mission. That is what I wanted to accomplish with my business. That's what I was trying to get make others feel as when they were joining me on classes, or they would purchase a tumbler from me. Like, I wanted them to, just by them getting a tumbler, feeling, I don't know, I think the first impressions for your brand really really are important, like, that was just me. I mean, of course, that is another
Yeah, it's part of. I
aspect of
mean,
it. It's part
it's
of it,
part of
but
it. It goes hand in hand with what I just said. I was focusing on the economical side of it because
because that's just
it's
how
a
his
business.
brain works.
Yes, but it's a business. I mean, whoever goes out there and say, I just want to make. I mean, if you want to make a nonprofit, still need to be profitable in the sense that you need to find ways to keep giving food for free and shelter and help. You still need to be able, right?
But a lot of the thing when it comes to branding is that you gotta, when you're thinking of your brand, aside from your logo, aside from your name, aside from you having a mission, is what he just said, right? We gotta make sure that we offer anyone a result. Your business should be able to provide others a result. So if for us that result will be like, okay, I need you, I want you to make a profit out of whatever it is that you're selling. I want you to be able to learn without having to pay hundreds of dollars for you to learn. So we are offering a solution to a problem. So when it comes to tumblers, it's kind of difficult because I feel like tumblers, it is a luxury. Not everyone can purchase a tumbler, but I also know that there's a lot of power in the tumblers that you create. And I'm saying tumblers because most of the people that are here supporting us, most of them sell tumblers, right? That's in the industry that we are in. But for me, one of the solutions that I can see for selling tumblers is that sometimes having a sparkly tumbler with a cute little quote, or even like this that I made for my friend. It has her business in it, her business logo there. Just by her holding on to this tumbler and seeing her logo there is going to give her the motivation that she needs to continue to do what she loves to do.
That's part of the branding. So first you need to have those values for your brand, for your business. Now the branding part of that is that you have certain consistency. That's what a brand is in any brand, right? So you know that we always pick on the big guys, right? So you pick on McDonald's. You know how McDonald's cheeseburger is gonna taste no matter where you go, which state, which part of the country you are, you know the taste, right? So you have consistency. So by having values, you can follow and keep those consistencies, because if not, you will be all over the place. And that applies to any other brand. You know, you go for purses, you know, purse brands, Coach, and you know they have a style. You know they keep that, or Louis Vuitton, right? So we pick the big guys because
Well,
it's
that's
everybody.
the reputation that you build
Correct.
for that brand.
Correct.
So that reputation that you create comes from the impressions that you make to your customers. So again, I'm gonna go back to talking to a Tumblr because I feel like unless there's somebody else here that does something different and you guys need more guidance as far as what my value is and how, and you're fully lost and you don't make tumblers, then we can probably help you out right now. But for us, the impression that our customer gets when they first send you an email or a DM to where they get their Tumblr matters. Okay? You need to truly, as bad as that sounds, because I don't like saying reputation, but you have to, once they start to see how you, the finished touch, they get to see it, they get to experience from them opening the box and the little extras that you send and all these little details that you put into your business. Once they start to see that, they will start to recognize when something belongs to your brand. So they will see the difference between purchasing a tumbler from one person to another person. So you start to build that reputation, and therefore your brand starts to become more known.
Yeah, technically, you need to put your brand, whatever. It could be the colors, it could be your logo, it could be your slogan, it could be the font that you use. Your brand needs to be everywhere and everything you do, from emails to publicity to your, you know, your background, to your uniform, to everywhere. So that's how you build a brand, because everybody will recognize whatever it is on that distinguishes you from the rest by those little key factors: color, shapes, font, you know.
And there's gonna be some consistency, to, like he said, from everything that you do. It starts mainly with your social media because again, that is how we all start, right? It comes with social media. So you gotta make sure that you are very intentional with what you put on your social media as well. So the one of the best ways for you to show your brand through your social media would be through the main bio that you have on your social media. Make sure that you're straight to the point about what your mission is, what is it that you sell, and your name. They want to know who you are. You're not just gonna put your business name, because we need to be able to connect someone to that business and to that brand. Okay, so from there you jump to your highlights. You can add highlights to your social media, especially here on Instagram, and you can have the colors of your brand there. You can have your logo there. You can have important information about your business, etc. Now, when it comes to your feed, I used to be very into having a very aesthetically pleasing profile. The problem with that is that one, it became tiring, and two, it became tiring to just do all the cover photos and make sure that everything was where it was supposed to be and all of that. But number two, it did not humanize my business. It made me into a very genetic business, because everyone is looking for, I was relatable to certain people, and it just didn't stand to what I wanted to achieve with my social media, right? I didn't want anyone to think, well, her Instagram is perfect. She must be perfect too. So I cannot approach her to ask questions. I cannot approach her to be my mentor, because people creates a fantasy of who you are based on that. So I started to just not make it as aesthetically pleasing. make humanize my profile a little bit more, show you my flaws, and did it work? I don't know, but I don't know if it worked or not. I would
No,
like to think that it
it is
did,
understandable.
but I've now that I have made that change and not worry so much about the way that my social media looks. And now that I just post the content that relates to me and my business, I'm more happy with the way that I post on social media and how I present my business and my brand.
Yeah, absolutely. But what if anybody has any question? What if we dedicate a little bit of time of asking some of your question?
Because we're gonna go into logos. I have a lot of to say about your logo and all of that. So many of my people that I mentor and that book my coaching calls, their main question is, I need to make myself a logo. Can you help me make my logo? And logo is a big one. So we're gonna jump into that. But did any of the stuff that we just went over kind of resonate with you and how you're feeling right now? Are you struggling at this moment to find your brand? Listen, sometimes I always say that there's got to be purpose in what you do, but sometimes what your brand is at that moment doesn't mean that that's what it's always going to be. Your brand will continue to evolve with you. It will continue to grow with you, and what you think your brand is and what it represents and those core values will continue to change as you grow in your small business journey.
That's definitely a great skill to master. You need to be able to be flexible. You need to be flexible on making decisions, being able to be flexible to change your products, change your colors if you must, right? The worst mistake a company can do is believe that they are untouchable. And that happened to Starbucks. They didn't believe Netflix was a threat because,
Starbucks?
I mean, not Starbucks.
Starbucks? What does Starbucks have to do with Netflix?
No, with a Blockbuster, sorry. It happened to Blockbuster because they didn't thought Netflix was going to be a threat. And, you saw what happened. So there's many companies that they think they're untouchable. And, Kodak is another one. They didn't think, digital cameras are not the thing. The film is what makes the photography good. And they're dead. They're not here. So you need to be able to adjust every day, be capable of detecting those signs. And if you started selling pens and you want to start selling tumblers, or vice versa, or if you start selling rhinestones and now you want to sell glitter, and no, then you need to be able to adjust. Okay.
I cannot make him sell glitter. I'm trying, you guys. I'm pushing it. So he can let me sell glitter, but he just won't cave in. He just won't cave in.
Okay, so let's go for the questions. If anybody has questions, please let us know in the comments. Mara says, yes, I've been stuck with posting on social media. Yes, it's a full-time job.
That is a full-time job, but it's also very overrated. And I think when I first started, one of the biggest things for me was I was always like in this mental block when it came to posting, because I was so focused on what everybody else was posting. So I took the time to just kind of self-analyze what I wanted to do, how I wanted others to view my products, and how I wanted others to resonate with me and what I was trying to accomplish with my brand, right? And the moment that I stopped caring about what other people were posting, and I started to create content that made me happy, not because I had to do it the way that everybody else was doing, but because I wanted to do it, everything became to flow. And listen, I still have time where I don't know what to post. And when it comes to that, I don't post. If I am not feeling it at the moment, if I do not have if it doesn't bring me like this tingling, like I just don't post.
Tingling.
And that is one of the biggest things that him and I, we don't fight about it, but he you still have to continue to promote your business if you want to continue to grow and sell. And I tell him, listen, I am very, very much, and this is what comes different in our business, right? Because he's one way and I'm the opposite, and we kind of balance each other out. But I'm very different than him. Like for me, I am very transparent with you guys, and if I am not feeling it, you guys will know when I'm not feeling it and when it's fake. And I would never do anything that I don't preach. So if I don't want to do it, I just don't want to do it. And it's okay too. Like you don't have to commit to having posting 3 times a day and making so many lives a week. And if it doesn't speak to you and you don't want to do it, don't do it. Yeah. Do it at your own pace.
Okay. Jacqueline says, your topic is perfect for me. I am starting my own business. Where am I? Oh, and I'm stuck with my brand name. I want a name that stands out or it sticks with an okay name and it makes a nice logo.
Let's get to it, because you know what? I've been where you're at. Jackie, right?
Jackie, yes. Jacqueline.
I'm going to call you Jackie. I feel like it's personal. Like, I feel like it's intimate now. I'm going to call you Jacqueline. Jackie. Anyways, you're not alone. We all struggle with that. And it's completely normal for you to feel the way that you feel. And I can just say don't overthink it. Find the name that speaks to you and work with that, because like I said, that will not mean that you will have the same logo ever. If you go back to McDonald's and go look for the original logo.
Yep.
It's not what it is today.
Yep.
So do not be afraid to. You're not gonna let your logo stop you from continuing to walk that journey.
Yep.
Because if that name spoke to you at that moment, and if that brand spoke to you, that name spoke to you from the beginning, then that in that moment, it's gonna give you the push and the motivation to keep going. Yeah. And then eventually you're gonna hit a wall and you're gonna be like, you know what, this doesn't speak to me.
Yeah.
And my
it's too
business
long or
my business just went a whole different route. Yeah. Then that would be the perfect time to rebrand. Yes. There's nothing wrong for anyone to rebrand. I don't know if In-N-Out is the same. I'm trying to look for like.
No, most by now
most companies
most of them have
rebrand at a certain point. Now you just gotta be careful about that.
Coca-Cola logo is different from back in the day, so it's okay to rebrand. But if you want to start, I will say there's a few key factors that you might consider before doing any logo, which to me, I summarize it in like one easy sentence, that your logo, your name of your company should be able to go on the header, on a letter that you're going to send to a big corporation. Right? You need to be able to think that if I ever going to send this letter to Michael's, or to Walmart, or to Hobby Lobby, or any of those, if you're gonna do that, then it looks professional.
You gotta think of the bigger picture. Even if you're working at a corner. I almost choked on my own. Even if you're working from a little corner of your living room. I have a whole list that I still have of all the different names that I wanted to do, right? I was going to do tumblers. So everything said designs or crafty this or I don't know. I had a whole different names, but I knew that I wanted to be more than just a tumbler maker. I knew that I wanted to do more with my business. So when Yaya's Hobby Shop came to mind, at first, not everyone was on board. And in my head, I was like, listen, it's a hobby shop. Like, I want to do more than just tumblers. And he told me, too, you're not going to be doing tumblers for the rest of your life. Like, eventually, you are going to find something else to do. So, find a name that can expand.
Yep.
Okay? Another thing, when you're thinking about, I know that you said about your logo and all of that, find a logo that it's easy to become It's easy to recognize. That's what I was going.
Yeah.
That it's easy to recognize because your logo is separated from your business name. You need to be able to find a logo that if you separate the whole thing, it would still stand as one. So you see my logo everywhere, right? You see Target. Target has the bullseye. You're gonna see that bullseye and you're gonna recognize Target from miles away. You see that the purple.
See, yeah, yellow.
You see the yellow M, and you'll know that that's McDonald's. You see the little arrow with In and Out, you know that that's In and Out.
Yeah.
So when finding your logo, that is one factor to consider. But another factor is you need to find something that stands out.
Yeah.
And
Well, that you becomes with making the brand. Absolutely, it's gonna stand out by itself eventually. Not at the beginning. It needs to make you happy. Absolutely. But another good exercise for picking up a good logo is that you need to be able to make it in multiple techniques. That means that you need to be able to make it with your Cricut on vinyl. It needs to be able to be printed on a cup, being able to be engraved on a shirt. Not engraved, what is called this embroidered in a shirt, right? Or engraved on a glass. If you keep that in mind, your logo needs to be simple enough to be able to be done with maybe 3 colors only, maybe even if it's a full color, but when you convert it into a single color, you still can recognize it.
And don't be afraid to do your research. If you're following other crafters or any other people, like depending on the industry that you're in, do your research.
Yeah.
If you really look at it, most of them look the same. So how is someone going to recognize you when you are jumping into a pond where everything's the same?
Yeah. We have another question. The Señora Cachetitos. Señora Cachetitos says, when do you feel it's a good time to jump into your whole business aspect than just a side hustle? That is when you don't have enough time to do your side hustle because you're doing work or mommy work or whatever is it that you're doing other than your hustle, then is the good time to just say, okay, now I don't have enough time because I have so many orders, I need to get the help. This when you could probably, that's a good indicator, like now I have steady work, steady orders, steady customers, now is the right time to dedicate full time. So but we started like that. So I will wake up early and I'll go to work for a couple hours, then go to my full-time job, and then come back and work all the way to 9, 10, 11 sometimes. And when I see, okay, this is not enough,
got to the point where we didn't have enough hours of the day to do everything.
Yes.
That's when we took the leap of faith and say, okay, well, technically it was already a business at the point, right?
Yeah.
But yes, to rephrase what he said and to support what he said, I think when you start to see consistency in the amount of sales that you make.
Yeah.
And it's hard to take that jump, to make that jump. Because most of us, and raise your hand if you can relate, most of us don't feel comfortable charging. I know I'm guilty of that. Like I would always, like, that's why at first he did not believe in my business, because I mean I still kind of do. People come to my house and I'm like, here, you want this? Here, you want that? Like, I still do it. It's just part of who I am.
So I respect you all and I love you all, but please don't come because we will go bankrupt.
Make sure, and next episode we're probably gonna talk about pricing, because that's where that direction of this series is going. But I mean, do not be afraid to charge. And that I struggle with that until now. I struggle with that until now. But when you start to get messages of people saying, hey, I saw your work, or hey, this friend refer me to you, I want to get this done. When you start, I don't even want to call it when you start to get sales, I think like you'll know in your gut when it's time to make it a business.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, I struggle with deciding when to do it. And oh my God, charging is the worst, especially deciding on a price. Yes. Yes, but you will find the sweet spot later. It's gonna be so easy, so intuitive. You're gonna see this cost, and you're gonna say, "Oh, I already have even a formula for it." But that comes with time.
Then we have Maya Creations. She says, I have trouble knowing what to charge. Well, that's going to be probably the next episode because I struggle with that as well. And see, pricing your products, it's a very. ¿Cómo se dice cuando es como.
Taboo?
No,
Um,
I can't.
no.
I can't think right now.
Squirrel.
It is one of those topics that everyone struggles, and it's a very polemic
Could be.
topic because the market is so big and everyone has different prices. So next week for Combos with the Yaya, we are going to be showing you kind of, not necessarily give you like, okay, this is how we do it, but the most general way for you guys to be able to price your products. We're going to go into detail with that, and hopefully that helps you. Again, it's a very interesting topic because not everybody agrees with the way that we think and the way that we price our products.
Yes, we're not gonna talk about only our way. To be frank, I mean, there's many ways, and we will tell you, and you can decide which one is better for you and your business.
Yeah. Jackie says, I will overthinking it, but I am determined to overcome this wall I am
Awesome.
in. And that you're in the right track. If you're already thinking this way and you are ready to make changes, you're in the right track, amiga. So, and we're here too. If you ever not jump that wall and you need extra help, we are here for you. RC says, yeah, I guess pricing is what it's always difficult.
Yes.
It is. I find that people love my cups but decide not to buy because of the price. But I barely make a profit.
You need to check your vendors. That's one of the things. And
But we're gonna talk it.
we're gonna
we're
talk
gonna
on the
talk
next
it on the
episode.
next
Yes,
one.
episode.
You
I don't want to get ahead.
You don't give them like
Yes,
the
I
tea.
know. Okay, I got it. But yeah, that's for next episode. And but you need to work on your margins, which means how much it costs
here he
you,
goes.
how much you sell it for.
This information helped you. Definitely stick to your gut. Stick to your gut, and do not feel defeated if you cannot figure it out. Many people, I've seen so many talented crafters that they give up just because they cannot find their own brand. They cannot find the logo that speaks to them. They cannot, although it's a very big part of your business, with what God has for you, it's this tiny. It's this tiny, So do not be afraid to say, I don't have it figured out. Because listen, most of us don't have it figured out. I'm still learning it. I'm still learning it.
Yeah.
We're still evolving. And we have to, as part of being a small business owner, you need to learn how to adapt to circumstances. So if your brand is stopping you from getting to where God has for you, then you need to have a very serious conversation with yourself and what's coming in here to determine if that is something that you are.
If it makes you feel any better, on my previous jobs, we had a customer. They had over 10,000 employees, and they were still trying to figure it out. So don't feel bad if you're trying to figure things out. They were still making tests. They were still making adjustments, changes, big changes. So it's an evolution. Every day is evolving and changing. So just again, like I said at the beginning, we said at the beginning, be ready to adjust all the time. Readjust, but don't lose your core.
Your core
That
values.
is the key. That will make you make the decisions process a lot easier because you know in what direction and what to focus on. So how about a website on RTS? I think also it deters people from buying without having a website or like a easy way for people to order. A website will help a lot. It's a big part of branding because if you have a business card, which is the first thing everybody does, you know, you make yourself a nice in your printer a little business card, 25 business cards, and then you start giving those away. You need to have a website that will be the best, even if it's a free service website. That will be the best because that way you have a portfolio to show your pictures, you have a way to show your prices, and you start messing around with the cameras.
One thing that I do want to say though is that everyone thinks of branding as a big expense, and it can if you consider marketing and all of the other stuff, yes, it can definitely be something on the higher cost of your business. Everything's deductible. You just saying, but you don't have to go all in into getting all the expensive stuff because yes, you need thank you cards, you need business cards, you need to have a website, you need all of these stuffs to continue with your business. But as we talked on the previous episode, you need to be resourceful. I print my thank you cards, my business cards, everything from cardstock.
Yes.
You know, I don't need to have the fancy glossy paper or the picture or the
Nothing.
photo paper to make it all look all fancy. I don't need that because that is just a waste. People will throw that away. So you need to be smart and make smart decisions for your business that way. And a lot of people think, well, because I cannot afford to buy the fancy cards, or I cannot afford to buy, you know, the fancy paper, or I cannot afford to pay someone to make them for me. People get stuck and they're like, I just, don't. I can't do it. Like, I will never be good enough in my business because I cannot have I cannot have the quality that they have because they have the fancy stuff. And listen, I wish I could have the cute little boxes that everybody has, those fancy ones. And I wish I can have all of that. But I understand that my business is not there yet. I understand that I need to walk baby steps. I need to walk before I run. And I am totally fine with me. Are you going to pay some for something or what?
No, stop. I was looking if I have business cards.
So do not be afraid to, it's not cheap to go that way. It's the smarter way to go. And eventually God will provide. Eventually your business will blossom and all the sales are going to come in and you will have the financial ability to instead of doing cardstock of the little poor quality, you can jump to the better cardstock. Yes. And then eventually you can jump to the glossy paper, right?
Eventually you will buy the printer to do them in-house and have somebody to make them for you and pay that person just to do that, just propaganda and business cards. So just everything at its time, and just wait for it to become a necessity. If you don't need the fancy card at the beginning, but when you start going to better places, meeting higher people and corporation people, then it's like, oh shoot, now I need a better business card. Mm-hmm. Then you make the decision to upgrade your business card.
Just really quick, Yvonne says, I love you guys. I love you. You guys are amazing. I love you. You guys are amazing. I think that's what I meant to say. Cynthia says, definitely these lives are informative. Can't wait for more. Thank you, Cynthia. And also thank you, Yvonne. Sorry, I'm rude. I should have said thank you to you before. Linda says, sometimes there are people in your life that will bring you down and doubt yourself.
All the time. Absolutely. Family members will do that. So you need to be ready. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the more you grow, the bigger the people.
More people, yeah. And more aggressive.
Jen says, did you ever consider hiring those accounts who they promise they will bring you customers by teaching you how?
Never. No. We want this to be natural. We want this. We're not We're not buying followers. We're not buying those. No, we don't. We don't want those systems. We don't want to look like anybody else.
You need to learn organically.
Yes.
You need to learn organically.
Well, you could. I mean, it's your own decision, right? We didn't want any of that. You could go and pay if you have the money or the investor and go and pay a couple, $100,000 to get your banner and your shop and all the propaganda out there, and that might work.
She said she took a marketing course and it didn't work. Listen, many people say like, oh, you need to invest in yourself, you need to invest in your business. There's a part of it that I do agree with, but nowadays in this current generation, there's a lot of free information available to you. So you need to make the investments, and sometimes that doesn't mean financially. Investment can also mean investing your time into learning. So if you want to go that route, again, you can do whatever you want with your business. But I mean, personally, I actually, when I first started, everybody was so hyped up about a class, and it cost my mom actually paid for that class as a birthday gift. $500. I know we have to go leave
Yes.
soon. $500 for the class. Tell me if I learned anything. No. I have learned more from all of you.
Yes, and doing it.
And in actually getting hands-on doing it, like, and learning and failing and learning and failing and learning from that and failing again, than that $500 class.
Yes, absolutely.
Just very quick, I'm gonna go over the comments because we do have to go get our kids. We got like
left.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Crafty Cachetito says exactly, that's what got me down for a while. I thought that was needed. I'm glad I learned it was.
She was talking about all the fancy cards and all that. No.
What is a good place to begin with a website?
Yeah, you know our answer. People that have followed us for a long time. We work with Square Up.
Square Up offers a free website, you guys. Yes. And I actually coach you about it too.
Yes.
So, and I even do your website for you if you want to. So, if you want to go check it out, there's a link in my bio where you can get more information about that.
Go to our website, and you can read all of that in our website.
Linda says, my DH family was like that. I worked my butt off and was successful.
Yes. You need to be ready. Yes.
Shout out to Linda.
You need to be ready because you never expected those person will bring you down and talk bad, and but it's just the nature of humans in general. Okay.
Hi Diana. I love listening to your advice because it's realistic, small, sensible goals. Aw, thank you, amiga. You're so sweet. But that is all for us. Thank you so much for being here. I truly, truly, truly love and appreciate you guys. Again, we are not professionals by no means, but we love to share our knowledge. We love to share our experiences, what has worked for us, what we believe in.
A lo mejor nos vemos el día de mañana para todas esas preguntas que quedaron pendientes y todas las traducciones que quedaron pendientes. Por ahora, ¿tienes algo más que decir?
Creo que no. Que tengan un excelente miércoles. Hope you guys have a beautiful Wednesday. I will see you guys tomorrow most likely. If you're not following us, give us a follow. I promise you, we do not bite. Just a little.
Bye!
All right, guys. Have a beautiful day. Bye.